Hello students, I hope you will be safe and healthy at your home along with your family members. Today I will start a new chapter, Work, Energy and Power. In the first module of this chapter, I will discuss about work. In lower classes, you must have learnt about work. Scientifically, work is said to be done when a force applied on a body displaces the body in its own direction. Now here you need to understand two important things. First thing, if force applied on a body is not causing any displacement, scientifically no work has been done. So it is very essential for the work to be done that force must displace the body in its own direction. Second thing, the displacement must be in the direction of the force. So, work is said to be done when a force applied on a body displaces the body in its own direction. Now, the question is how to define the work. As I told you, there are two important things, that is, there must be a force. Second, there must be displacement in the direction of force. So work is defined as the product of force and displacement in the direction of force. Let a force F applicable on a body displaces the body in its own direction and let the displacement be S. Then work is equals to F into S. Therefore, work is defined as the product of force and displacement in the direction of force. So, this is the very simple definition of the work. Work is defined as the product of force and displacement in the direction of force. Now, the question is, which kind of quantity is this? So, work is a scalar quantity. Why it is a scalar quantity, I will discuss. Second, what is SI unit? SI unit of work is, the SI unit of force is Newton, the SI unit of displacement is meter. So Newton into meter is the SI unit of work, which is also known as Joule. Therefore, 1 Joule is equals to 1 Newton into meter. The question is how to define Joule. Very simple. When a force of 1 Newton displaces the body in its own direction by 1 meter, then the work done by the force is said to be 1 Joule. Now, as I told you, work is defined as the product of force and displacement. And displacement is in the direction of force. You must have played carom. Many a times it happens that a striker doesn't move in the direction of force applied. Although you have applied the force, displacement is occurring. But displacement is not occurring in the direction of force. But a striker is moving because of the force applied. So what will happen? There will be no work, or there will be work. If there will be work, then how to calculate the work? So here is the condition when force and displacement are at an angle. Suppose this is the body. Force has been applied in this direction and displacement is occurring in this direction. Now, we have learned about vector resolution. Suppose the angle between this is theta. So, we can resolve force into two components, vertical component, that is this f sin theta, and horizontal component that is F sin theta, sorry, F cos theta. Now, you can see this F cos theta is in the direction of displacement. The component of force F cos theta is in the direction of displacement. Or in other words, F cos theta is that component due to which displacement is occurring. So, in this process, work done is F cos theta into S. Now, by the definition, F cos theta and displacement both are in the same direction, and work is defined as the product of force and displacement in the direction of force. So, it is this F cos theta component which is causing the displacement, and displacement is occurring in the direction of F cos theta. So, when I rearrange this, it becomes Fs cos theta. Let this is first equation, this is second equation. Now, we have also learnt about a scalar product. Now, consider the scalar product of force and displacement, F dot S. So, scalar product of force and displacement will be the product of force, magnitude of force and displacement, and cosine of angle between them, Fs cos theta. So, this is third equation. Now, from second and third, we conclude that work is the scalar product of force and displacement, and that's why work is a scalar quantity. So, this is the reason work is a scalar quantity. Now, you must have understood that why Fs cos theta is equal to work done when force and displacement are at an angle. The entire force is not responsible for this displacement. A component of force, Fs cos theta, is responsible for this displacement, and displacement is occurring in the direction of F cos theta due to this component F cos theta. Now, in the process of entire discussion of work till now, we have assumed one thing, that force is constant. The entire discussion is based on this fact that the force is constant, or you can say that this is the work done by a constant force. Work is a scalar quantity, SI unit is Newton into meter or joule, and 1 joule is 1 Newton into 1 meter. So, it is 1 Newton meter, and it is defined as if a force of 1 Newton displaces a body in its own direction by 1 meter, then the work done is said to be 1 joule. Now, what is the CGS unit of work done? See, this is SI unit. Now, CGS unit of work done. CGS unit of work. As we know, work is force into displacement. In CGS unit, force is measured in Dyn and displacement is measured in centimeter. So, Dyn into centimeter is the CGS unit of work, and this is known as erg. ERG. So, 1 erg is equals to 1 Dyn into centimeter. Now, if you recall, 1 Dyn is 1 erg equals to 1 Dyn into centimeter. Now, the question is relation between SI and CGS unit of work. So, SI unit of work is joule. CGS unit of work is erg. Now we have to find the relation between 1 joule and 1 erg. So 1 joule, as I told you, one joule is equals to 1 Newton into meter. Now, there are two ways to establish the relation. If you are knowing that joule is 1 Newton into meter, sorry, and erg is dyne into centimeter. So, in 1 Newton, there are 10 to the power 5 dynes, and in 1 meter there are 10 to the power 2 centimeter. So this becomes 10 to the power 7 dynes into centimeter, and dynes into centimeter is called erg. So 10 to the power 7 ergs. This is the shortest way to establish the relation. Otherwise, you will have to go in detail. Now, if in the form of fundamental units, if we want to drive this relation, then what is 1 Newton? This we need to understand. F equals to MA, and the SI unit of force is Newton. So 1 Newton is 1 kilogram meter per second square. 1 kilogram meter per second square. Now, if you recall, what is 1 dyne? 1 dyne is the CGS unit of force. This is SI unit of force, and this is CGS unit of force. So this is 1 gram into centimeter per second square. So what I will do, 1 Newton is 1 kilogram meter per second square multiplied by this meter. So this becomes 1 kilogram meter square per second square. Now you see, in 1 kilogram there are 1000 gram, and in 1 meter square there are 100 centimeter. So this is square s to the power minus 2. So this becomes 10 to the power 3 gram into 10 to the power 4 centimeter square per second square. So this becomes 10 to the power 7 gram centimeter square per second square, which is 10 to the power 7 gram centimeter per second square into centimeter. Now 10 to the power 7, see, gram centimeter per second square is dyne, so this is dyne into centimeter, and dyne into centimeter is called erg. So this is 10 to the power 7 ergs. So here what should be clear to you is what is 1 Newton. 1 Newton is 1 kilogram meter per second square. What is 1 dyne? 1 dyne is 1 gram centimeter per second square. 1 Newton is equal to 10 to the power 5 dynes. So directly you may do as I did earlier. Otherwise, you replace this Newton also in fundamental units, kilogram meter per second square, then you solve like this. So the relation between CGS and SI unit is 1 joule is equal to 10 to the power 7 ergs. Now, we will consider the different cases of work. The formula of work is W equals to Fs cos theta. W equals to Fs cos theta. Now, in this case 1, if theta equals to 0. What does it mean? That is, the angle between the force and displacement is 0. It means force and displacement are parallel to each other. In other words, displacement is in the direction of force, and whenever displacement is in the direction of force, the formula of work is product of force and displacement. See, theta equals to 0. This means cos 0 is 1. So what I will get then, W equals to Fs. So it is the basic formula. Work is defined as the product of force and displacement in the direction of force. So it is not something different. It is basically same generalized formula where according to angle you can get the different values of work done. Now case second. If theta equals to 90, cos 90 is 0. In this condition, work done is 0. Work done is 0. Now, this is very important case of work. If the force and displacement are at right angle, scientifically no work has been done. Now, different examples. You must have read the structure of atom. Around nucleus, electrons are revolving. Now, this is electron. Electrons are attracted by the positive charge of proton. So, direction of electrostatic force is towards the center, and direction of displacement is this. As you know, electrons are revolving around a circular path in the circular orbits, and whenever a body performs circular motion, means motion along a circular path, it requires centripetal force. Centripetal force is a force which is directed towards the center seeking force. So this electrostatic force provides the necessary centripetal force so that electron revolves around the circular orbit. Now in this situation, the angle between the direction of displacement and electrostatic force is 0. Therefore, work done by the electrostatic force is 0. And that is why electrons, while revolving around the nucleus in the circular orbit, don't lose any energy because they don't do any work. It is also for the same reason. Suppose this is sun, this is earth, gravitational force. Gravitational force is acting, this is gravitational force of attraction. Now again the angle is 90 degrees. That is why the planets, it is not only for the earth, other planets also, while revolving around the sun, or satellites while revolving around the planets, they don't do any work. We require the fuel for launching a satellite in its orbit only. Once it has reached in the orbit, fuel is not required. It will revolve around the planet itself. So, this is the condition that work done is 0. One more important case I will like to discuss. No work is done by the gravity when a coolie is carrying luggage on his head. What is happening? Luggage is on the head, displacement is horizontal, force of gravity is downward, angle between them is 90 degrees. So gravity is not doing any work. But my dear, if you consider the force applied by the coolie, then work has been done by the pulley. But gravity is not doing any work. Now, case third. If theta is lesser than 90 degree. If theta is lesser than 90 degree, cos 90 degree will have positive values. Therefore, work will be positive. The concept of work, positive work is done by the system. But you need to understand this system. Clear? Case fourth. If theta is greater than 90 degree, cos 90 degree is negative. It will have negative values. Sorry, here it is not 90. The angle for which is greater than 90 degree, cos theta. This will have negative values. Therefore, work is negative. Negative work concept is work is done on the system. Now, this you need to understand: system, positive, by, on, system, negative. This you need to understand. Suppose I have thrown the ball in the upward direction. Ball itself will not go upward. I will have to apply the force. So if you consider system, what are the system? See, two conditions. Same example. If you consider system, gravity means gravity is applying the force. One is this, another me, myself. Now, if you are considering this as system, then answer will be different. If you consider this as system, answer will be different. Now, first I will discuss with this. I have thrown the body in the upward direction, means I have applied the force in the upward direction. Since I have applied the force in the upward direction and displacement is also in the upward direction, so angle is 0 degree, less than 90 degree, work done by me is positive. I am the system. Work done by me is positive. Work is done by me. One who is doing the work will lose its energy. I am losing my energy. Now, this is the explanation on my behalf, considering me as the system. Two things you need to, three things rather. What is the system, who is doing the work, and whether work is positive or negative. Now here I am doing the work, I am the system. Work is positive, and positive means I have done the work. One has been done by me. Clear? Now next, gravity. Suppose you forget about me, you forget how the ball has been thrown upward. Now come to the gravity. Ball has been thrown upward. Gravity is applying the force. In which direction gravity is applying the force? In the downward direction. So, if answer is with respect to gravity, then the direction of force will be this. Angle will be between force and displacement will be 180 degree, and cos 180 degree is minus 1. Means negative work. Now, say, example is same. Ball has been thrown in the upward direction. Gravity, we are talking about the work done by the gravity. Clear? See, 180 degree means minus. Gravity is not doing any work. No. Work has been done on the gravity. That is why work is done on the system. Here is the system, gravity is the system. work has been done on the system. So this is very important to understand what is the meaning of positive work done. Work is done by the system, but what is the system? Be particular. Work done is negative, means work has been done on the system, but again, what is the system? Now, in this condition, this is one example. Second, ball is falling downward, or I have dropped the ball. Ball is falling downward. Again, gravity. Think about the gravity. Force is acting, gravitational force is acting vertically downward, the force of gravity is downward, displacement is also downward. Clear? Now, again the angle is 0 degree and work is positive. See, positive work means work is done by the system. Here the system is gravity. So gravity is doing the work. I am not doing any work. I have simply dropped. Ball is going downward because gravity is doing work on the ball. Work is done by the gravity. Now you consider me. Second, myself, I have simply dropped. I have not applied any force. No force, no work. I have not done any force. So this is the very important thing. Next. Work done by a variable force. Till now in the entire discussion we have considered the force as constant. Force is not changing. Now with respect to displacement, force is also changing. If x is the displacement, force is the function of x. Means force will change if x will change, where x is the displacement. So, if suppose force is applicable on a body and body has moved from x1 to x2, then work done by a variable force will be given by integration x1 to x2 fx dx. Now, how to apply this formula, I will explain you. Now, I will discuss few questions. Numericals. First question is, a 10 kg weight is raised to a height of 2 meter with an acceleration of 1.5 meter per second square. Compute the work done if g equals to 10 meter per second square. I repeat the question. A 10 kg weight is raised to a height of 2 meter with an acceleration of 1.5 meter per second square. Compute the work done if g equals to 10 meter per second square. So first we will note down what is given to us. This is given to us. Now see, as you know, when a body is lifted upward, since it is against gravity, we will have to do the work. And work done will be stored in the form of potential energy. If you don't know about the potential energy, no problem. two things you need to understand. It is not simply you are raising it upward with the constant speed. You are also providing an acceleration of 1.5 meter per second square. So work done in lifting is F into H. F will be M against gravity mgh. This is one part. Also you are providing the acceleration Wf into H again. So this will be M acceleration A into H. So total work done will be W1 plus W2, that is mgh plus mah, W equals to F, M is taken common within bracket G plus A into H. H is also taken common. So if you are able to understand, you can start from this also. Otherwise, these are the steps from where this relation is coming. You are not simply raising it with the constant speed, you are also providing the acceleration. And acceleration is caused by the force, and force is there, displacement is there, so this will be the work done. So now, mass is 10, G is 10, A is 1.5, H is 2. So 10 multiplied by 2 is 20, it is 11.5, that is 230 joule is the work done. So in this also, we have calculated the work done by a constant force. Now, I will solve one question in which the force will change with displacement. Question 2. Second question is, a force F equals to 15 plus 0.50 x on a particle in the x direction, where F is in Newton and x in meter. Find the work done by this force during a displacement from x equals to 0 to x equals to 2.0 meter. I repeat the question. A force F equals to 15 plus 0.50 x on a particle in the x direction, where F is in Newton and x in meter. Find the work done by this force during a displacement from x equals to 0 to x equals to 2.0. Now, what is given to us in this? Force. Force is 15 plus 0.5 x Newton. Now, you can see force is a function of x, and since x will change, so the value of force will also change. And displacement is changing from x1 is given 0 and x2 is given 2 meter. Means total displacement is 0 to 2. So we have to find the work. Now, work done equals to, as I told you, x1, x2, fx, dx. Now, x1 is 0, x2 is 2, fx is given 15 plus 0.5 x dx. Now, this can be, since plus sign is there, so this integration can be written in the two parts, like 0 to 2, 15 dx plus 0 to 2, 0.5 x dx. Now here 15 and in this part 0.5 are the constant, so this will be 15 0 to 2 dx plus 0.5 x dx 0 to 2. Now, integration of dx is x, so this is 15 x 0 to 2 plus 0.5. Now, integration of x dx will be x square upon 2, 0 to 2. On substituting the limits, I will get 15 to Now replace x by 2, then minus sign, then replace x by 0, x minus 0 plus 0.5 upon, within bracket, 2 square is 4 upon 2 minus 0 upon 2. Now on solving, 15, 2 minus 0 is 2, 15 2 is 30, plus this is 0, 0 upon 2 is 0, 4 by 2 is 2, 2 multiplied by 0.5 is 1. So 31 Joule is the answer. So this is all about work. Now in the next unit we will discuss few more topics. Till then, go through the module, learn the definitions and try to solve these questions again. Thank you. Stay home. Stay safe.